Okay.
I want to tell you something. I started my store. Finally. It all started last year when the lockdown was going on, and I felt very miserable and lonely in life, and I couldn't meet any of my friends. So instead of going to my friends and texting them or calling them and being like, hey, I feel very lonely at this point, I need your help. No, I didn't do that. What I did was I directed my entire energy into making clothes, and I used to make videos and put it on the internet, which is Instagram. I used to put it on Instagram, and I used to get a lot of external validation, which would make me feel less lonely. But there was this one comment on my thrift flip video which said, when can we place orders? And I was like, why will anyone buy my clothes? They don't even know me. But one day I just woke up and I started making a logo, and you might ask me, what was my game plan before starting my store? And this is something that you all should know, and this is very important. It's nothing. I feel like Post Father right now when he goes like,
the secret ingredient to my secret soup is nothing.
The secret ingredient of my secret ingredient soup.
Oh.
Come here. The secret ingredient is nothing.
Huh? You don't add some kind of special sauce or something?
Don't have to. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
so guess what I did? Why am I sitting like an uncle? Obviously, when an animated duck gives you an advice, you shut up and take that advice. I didn't overthink a lot because I know if once I start thinking, I will get into overthinking, and I did not know the line between that. Someone is doing construction. Stop! And I did not want to overthink and procrastinate because I know I will think stuff like,
Hey, I'm not good enough. Maybe I shouldn't start. I will start when I'm good enough.
and I was just like, I'm just not gonna think about it a lot. I'm just going to do it. It doesn't matter if I'm not that great at this moment, but I'll grow. And I just started it, and I didn't overthink a lot because our mind does a great job of procrastinating when you know that there's risk involved. Especially in my head, I was like, I'll be putting myself on Instagram, like out there in front of my friends. So if I fail, I will fail in front of all of my friends. But aren't we all failures? And yeah, I always knew that I was into it and that I wanted to store and that I wanted to do something of my own. So that's why I started it, and I will now show you how I made my logo. So let's get on to it. For my logo, I used Canva. Now Canva is a pretty cool app. You can also use it on your phone, and you can use it on your desktop. What I meant was, you can also use it on your laptop. Canva has hundreds and hundreds of templates. You just have to type logo and you'll get those templates. You can change your font, you can change the size of the font, you can choose from different colors. If you want to put images in the logo, then you can select that. They have inbuilt images as well. So now that I have a logo and I have an Instagram account, it's finally time to get clothes for our store. So where do I get my clothes from? There are 3 ways to go about it. The first one is thrift flips. Second is selling your clothes that you don't wear anymore or selling your friends' clothes. And third is thrifting and reselling. So first one, as the name says, thrift flip means taking something ugly and giving it a new look. So that's what I did initially when I was starting out. I used to take really ugly pieces out of my closet and give it a new look and sell it off. And second is selling my clothes which I don't wear anymore. And I sold a lot of clothes which I had in my closet which I didn't touch for a really long time. I'm pretty sure even you have it, so it's a great way to start. I also sell my friends' clothes sometimes. These are clothes which I already have, so I don't have to put in any money. And the third and the last option is thrifting and reselling, meaning you just go out and you thrift clothes and you resell it. A lot of the times brands throw out clothes because it goes out of style, so that's why you can check with small vendors as well, and that's what I do. I just googled it, to be honest, stores nearby me. Yeah, these are all the ways that I get clothes for my store. And now that I have all my clothes, it's time to click some photos. Okay, is it set? Yeah. Hey guys, so it's Thursday today, and tomorrow, that is Friday at 7, is my new drop. I'm going to be dropping few clothes on my store, so I have to click all the photos today and give drop reviews so that they know what I'll be dropping tomorrow and pre-booking and all that stuff. So I will show you how I click aesthetic photos. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. So as you can see, I have a really ugly wall. So what I do is I create this delusion of making my photos and like my surroundings look aesthetic, and I do that by using this white cloth. I put this white cloth behind me. And what I do is I use sellotape to hang it behind me, but the whole gum and fabric situation doesn't go well with each other. So I'm going to put screws in my wall soon so that I can directly just make a hole in the fabric and hang it so that it doesn't keep falling 100 times. Also, just plain white background would look really empty, so I keep plants in my photos to make it look less bland and to make it look a little bit more interesting and filling, and that like there's some other element in the photo other than me. And this is my whole setup. I don't do a lot because I want the attention to be on the clothes as well, so that's why I don't do a lot. And now that my setup is done, it's finally time to click photos. The first thing that I do is I wear my base outfit, which is a mock neck and a jeans. This jeans is from Out Duty. I do that so that I can style my outfits around it, and these both pieces goes with everything, so that's the first thing that I do. So first I finish clicking all the items that I can style with this mock neck and this blue jeans. So all the outfits that I have to change for or style it differently, I'll do it in the end. Now it's time to pose. I sit like a banana literally, so I make sure I'm not hunching a lot and my shoulders are broad, and I'm very awkward with my hands, so I make sure to hold something in my hand like a bag, or maybe keep it in my pocket or hold it together to make it look less awkward. And I also keep distance between my legs so that it can create some sort of form instead of just standing straight and making it look boring. And that's how I click my photos. And now that it's done, I will edit my photos tomorrow, so see you tomorrow. I'm so sleepy. It's really cold, okay, to be fashionable in the morning. I wear my Vaseline, so my lipstick is ready. I'm sorry. Oh gorgeous, I look so stupid right now because I just woke up and I didn't do anything. Okay, let me look a little bit cute. I'll apply something in comfort. I will just change my clothes because I want to look professional. So for editing, I don't do much. I just use Lightroom to increase the brightness, and that's just that. That's what I do. And sometimes I'll play along with texture because my phone camera, if I click from my phone camera, it sucks sometimes, so the texture becomes too soft. So I just like increase the texture so that it gives the actual textures, right? The clothes texture. So if this is soft, I wouldn't do anything as such. But if it's something that has embroidery, or not embroidery, but I don't know, something that's not very smooth texture, then I will actually increase the texture and increase the clarity if I have to. So that's what I do. I just increase the light brightness, and that's exactly what I do. That's it. Because if I mess with color too much and my customer ends up ordering it, they'll just be like, hey, I ordered this, but I got this. So you want to avoid this situation at all costs. So just avoid playing along with color a lot. And for my drop review, what I do is, for editing my drop review is basically giving, as the name says, it's a preview of what you're going to sell. So I don't know how to explain this, but I think I'll know it, or maybe I'll don't. Man, I didn't know it. But when you have a party, you just go around and you invite people and you're like, hey, hot guys and girls are gonna be there in the party, I'll see you. So yeah, it's just that. So drop review is just that. Hey, these are really hot and cute clothes that I'm going to sell tomorrow, so be there. That's what drop review is. I need to explain things in a better way, but anyway, drop review is basically showing them what you're going to sell, and then what I do is I put a timer on my story so that everyone can set it, and tomorrow and everyone can show up when I actually upload clothes, and I won't be alone on Instagram just uploading clothes and like literally nobody buying it. For editing, I use PicsArt and I cut myself out. There's a cutout option in PicsArt, but sometimes it's not accurate. The cutout is not accurate, so I go on everything starts from Pinterest, PicsArt, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, anyway. But I go on Photoshop and I use magnetic lasso. Weird name. No, Premiere Pro creator, whoever is watching this, please name it a little bit better. But anyway, magnetic lasso tool to cut myself out. As the name says, it's like a magnet. It sticks to the corner and it helps you to cut anything out very easily. So you can try using that. You can watch a lot of tutorials on YouTube and you can figure that out. So that's pretty easy, and that's what I do for my drop review. And for editing my photos, I just use Lightroom, and I increase, oh shit, I was gonna drop my phone. So that is it. This is everything that I use for editing. So now that my editing is done, let's move on to listing and packaging. Finally. Anyway, so when it comes to pricing and listing, okay, listing first, I'll talk about listing. Listing is basically just describing your clothes, what it is. If it's an A-line skirt with a slit, if you want to mention some details about the top or the skirt that you're selling. Maybe it has lattice hemline, so you want to mention that. What type of shirt is it? If it's a simple shirt, if it's a polka dot shirt, if it's a frilled skirt, or if it's a normal A-line skirt, or if it's a midi skirt. Also, while listing, make sure to mention size. If it's small, medium, large, or if it's a shirt, then you want to mention the bust size, the waist size, the shoulders. If it's a pant, you want to mention the waist size and the length of the pant. If your piece of clothing has any defect while selling it off, maybe it's a small defect or it's something that's manageable, then you have to mention that there's a defect. So that was everything about listing. Now let's move on to pricing. Now when it comes to pricing, it's pretty easy. If it's a second-hand clothes, I'll sell it for half of its price. So if I had a dress which was 600, so I will sell it for 300 because it's second-hand. And if I'm thrift flipping and selling, then it depends on how much time did it take to flip it, and also it depends on my skills. And if I'm going out and thrifting and reselling, then it depends on how many hours that I spend curating cute pieces for my store. And that's how I go about pricing. Okay, so I'm late for my packaging and I have to run in the sense, the post office will get shut. Okay, this light is bad. Yeah, the post office will get shut, so I'll quickly explain you how I pack my packages. So I invested in this bag. Basically what you get when you get your packages whenever you order. So this is the main package I got it off of. I got it from, where did I get this from? Why is my memory bad? I think I got this from Amazon. Yeah, I got this from Amazon and it was for 300 rupees. And the biggest mistake I made was you need to check the size before ordering, okay? Like, it's common sense, but like, you need to check the size because this can fit a top, like a small top, crop top, or like anything that's like small. But if you are selling something that's a thick jacket or puffer jacket or bomber jacket or something big, you need to get different types of bags. In the sense, if you're selling something that's thick, then you can get the same bag but like in a bigger size, obviously, which I didn't do. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is to check the size of the package, okay? The next thing that I get is a cute red ribbon, and I don't do a lot for my packaging. Also, to wrap the cloth, obviously I can't take a cloth, like I can't take a piece of clothing and directly put into this. It'll be very sad. So what I do is I take whatever plastic that I have in my place, or paper, or whatever aesthetic, whatever thing that I have in my place, and I wrap it in that, and I put a red ribbon. Yeah, it looks like a Christmas present. I don't know why. It looks really cute, and I write a small handwritten note, which I'll show you right now. Wait. My small handwritten note says, "Hey, thank you for buying from Dragonfly Thrift Store and supporting my small business. I really hope this makes you happy." And then I'll put my store's name in the end and put a heart. And that's it. That's how I pack my packages. So I'll run to ship my orders now. And let's move on to the final step, which is shipping. So now let's talk about shipping. When I started out, I was like, what is shipping? It sounds like something very scary. I don't know why, because I thought it would be very technical or very, I don't know, something very difficult that I will not be able to understand. But that's not true. Shipping is basically going to a post office and giving your, like, hey, I want to ship these things. Sounds very pathetic when I describe it like that, but it's true. You have to be very smart while deciding what post office that you're gonna go for, because shipping can be expensive a lot of time. What I would suggest is going to India Post. India Post is the cheapest and the safest option. They will max to max for a top or for a pant. They'll charge you 26-30, or if there's something heavy, okay, then they'll charge you 40-50. And yeah, you should go to India Post. If it's something that's nearby your place, then you should definitely check out India Post. That's what I do. I go to India Post. So that's how you price your items, and that's how you ship your items. And I hope if you're planning to start a business, good luck. Good luck. I'm telling you, do not overthink it. If you are scared about, oh, I'll invest a lot of money, don't invest. Sell your old clothes. Ask your friends, hey, do you have old clothes that you want to sell? Or if you can thrift flip, then it's pretty cool. You're pretty cool. You have skills, like me. Sorry, but like you can give it a new look and you can sell it off. But just start with whatever things that you have. Do not go out of your way. If you don't have money, do not go out of your way and buy expensive and cool and fancy stuff. Just make it work with whatever you have and all the rest. I'm telling you, if I can figure out, I'm so bad at maths, and imagine me running a business. But still, if I can do it, I'm pretty sure you can do it, and anyone can do it. It's not that difficult, to be honest. Do not expect to be perfect. There are going to be days when you'll have no sale, and I have had this sale. I have had those days, but just keep going. That's how you're gonna grow. And if you want to start, don't think about it a lot, just start, okay? Yeah, that's it. Now I'm feeling hungry and I haven't had breakfast, so bye!